how can you truly reverse type 2 diabetes? My name is Charmaine and I'm the dietitian that has helped over 1,000 people reverse type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance. So when it comes to reversing diabetes or putting diabetes into remission, let's talk about the official meaning first before I share my take on it. According to research and scientists, what they've coined the terms for reversing diabetes is actually to bring your A1C or blood sugar back to the normal ranges. That's what it means. Now, putting diabetes into remission means that you're able to get your A1C in the normal range for at least 3 months long, be able to keep it there without any diabetic medications. That's considered putting your diabetes into remission. Now, obviously, a lot of people use this term interchangeably with reversing diabetes or putting diabetes into remission. But for me, I want to add one more definition when it comes to reversing diabetes or putting diabetes into remission. And that definition is to not only lower your A1C, but at the same time be able to enjoy healthy carbohydrates while keeping your A1C in the normal range. Because to me, that's truly putting diabetes into remission when you're able to increase your carbohydrate tolerance. Because a lot of people can just lower their A1C by cutting out carbs. But the second they have carbs again, it skyrockets their blood sugar, or the second they get off that low carb diet, their A1C climbs back up and they're back to square one. So my philosophy when it comes to reversing diabetes is actually not to just lower their A1C, but also to help someone be able to improve their carbohydrate tolerance so that they can process carbohydrates again. Did you know that type 2 diabetes is a disease of carbohydrate intolerance? So in order to truly reverse diabetes or put diabetes into remission, I want to help people be able to process carbohydrates again. And just to show you some proof, Emily, who was used to going on low-carb diets or keto diets without giving her long-term success, finally tried to increase her carbohydrate tolerance by reversing insulin resistance. And in just 6 weeks, she was able to lower her A1C from 10.8 to 6.1, and her doctor started to get her off of insulin, which is super exciting. And she actually was able to do so by introducing healthy carbohydrates back into her diet, and she was shocked how she was able to do so. That's the power of increasing your carbohydrate tolerance, because when it comes to type 2 diabetes, you have high blood sugars because your body's not great at processing carbohydrates due to insulin resistance. But once you're able to reverse insulin resistance with a high fiber and low saturated fat diet, aka a plant predominant diet, you can actually improve your body's ability to process carbohydrates and still be able to lower their blood sugar. If you just watch my testimonial playlist, a lot of people are just shocked by how they're able to eat more carbs and still be able to lower their blood sugar. And if you actually want to find out the science and how I help people do so, you can go watch my free training. Link is in the description below. To truly learn how you can reverse type 2 diabetes at its root cause, you want to focus on a plant predominant diet, like I said, that is high in fiber. You don't have to go vegan or vegetarian. You can still have meat if you really want to, but it's actually about having more fiber to help you reduce the amount of fatty acids that's inside your cells that's causing insulin resistance. And the way we can do so is to include more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. And when it comes to fruits, you want to include low glycemic index fruits. In terms of vegetables, you want to include non-starchy vegetables, things like Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, bok choy. In terms of legumes, you want to add more things like lentils, beans, chickpeas, tofu, tempeh, and whole grains. You want to start with low glycemic grains like wild rice or barley, bulgur, farro, quinoa. Those are great low glycemic starches to start with. And also you can add some nuts and seeds or avocados or healthy fats in it as well in moderation to help you stay satiated and also be able to balance your post-meal blood sugar as well. And if you want more proof on how you can actually lower your A1C, reverse your diabetes while eating more healthy carbohydrates, just watch my testimonial playlist on my channel and you will be shocked.